How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing very well, Steve. All things considered. How about you?
I'm in the exact same boat.
Yeah.
Let me start by saying how much I loved your work in this film and how much I loved the film itself. This is just one of those special movies that comes along once in a while. Uh, I am curious, you've been lucky the last number of years to do a lot of cool things, but ultimately, a script like this is so rare. How much did you pay to be in it?
Oh, quite a bit. I can't, there's an NDA attached to it, so I can't tell you the exact number, but quite a bit.
What I love also about this movie, besides the message and everything else, is that a younger generation are going to be exposed to these four people from a long time ago that maybe they haven't heard of, especially Sam. What did it mean for you to be portraying such a gifted person and a gifted writer and singer?
It was just a tremendous responsibility. A horror show to begin with, as you can imagine. It's just not something. Those are ill-fitting shoes, to say the least. But a great responsibility, and then ultimately a great honor. But I knew that I could lean on the roadmap, the beautiful roadmap that Kemp Powers had given us with this script. We got Regina King's exceptional leadership, and then those three actors, those three brothers, who, yeah, I'm sure you will agree. I mean, the work that I was seeing them do in the room was endlessly inspiring. So I could just keep digging deep and do my best to earn my spot amongst them.
Your rendition of A Change Is Going to Come is so magnificent. I'm curious what it meant to you to be singing that song and sort of how did you get ready to deliver that performance while singing that song?
Oh man, I'm grateful for the way the schedule worked out because I, we shot that on my final day in New Orleans, and I'm so grateful because um, I found a lot of my Sam in those interrogation scenes in that hotel room. That taught me who he was, fighting for something. You know what I mean? I mean, having to defend myself and having Kingsley as Malcolm push me around a bit and question me. It made me stronger. And so the day that we shot that scene, Sam was never closer to me than he was on that day.
And it completely shows on screen. The movie takes place in 1964, but it's as relevant today as it was back then. And I'm curious, do you feel like over the last year, with all the things that have happened with Black Lives Matter and just everything that's been bubbling up, do you feel like that maybe the country and the world is on the precipice of a change, or do you still think it's going to be decades of a fight, and it's still going to be a fight all the time?
Oh, I am a hopeful guy. That's what gets me out of bed. I'm hopeful, and I believe that it's closer than ever. That's the kind of guy that I am. Enlightenment, and awakening. Yeah, change is always available to us, and we have another opportunity right now to to draw closer to the our better angels and make the right choices, and heal old wounds, but there's ghosts here in America, talking about the history of Native Americans in this country, certainly the history of slavery in this country. There's a lot that we have yet really to reckon with. And maybe we can do it once and for all. I don't know.
One of the things that when I speak to a lot of actors who are portraying a real person in a serious role like this, a lot of times people stay in character even when they're all the time, just to, or they keep a voice or they do something to stay in that headspace. Did you do that while playing Sam at all, or were you able to just sort of shut him off and turn yourself back on?
No, I do it for a time. So I did it probably for about 3 or 4 weeks, but that's intense. It's exhausting too, to keep it all up in the breaks and stuff too. to keep up the dialect, to keep up that pitch, because Sam's voice was higher than mine. It's tiring. But it's necessary to really sort of to lock it in. You want it locked in. But by the time we were done shooting, I was able to go in and out. But for the first few weeks, it is helpful to stay in it.
I am a big fan of Central Park, and I thought you did such a great job with that, and I love the songs. I'm really a huge fan of the series. I know you're doing season 2 right now.
Yeah.
What can you tease people about some of the songs and the story?
I record it right here, right? Like literally right. This is where I record Central Park. It's just I was saying to my wife the other day, I finished, I think, episode, I don't know, maybe the 3rd or 4th episode of the 2nd season. And I was just telling her how much better it is. My favorite animated shows, if you go back to, the long running ones, you go back to the 1st season, they're almost unrecognizable. It takes a while in animation to really find your thing, to gel as a cast. You're recording all separately. It takes a while for the writers to hone in on the character, to hone in on your strengths as an actor. So I'm just looking forward to you guys getting a glimpse at season 2, because I think it's even better.
Love it. I love hearing this. Listen, I already got to go. I'm just going to say congrats on everything. And thank you so much for your time and being, congrats on being part of this movie.
Thanks, brother. Be well.